Welcome back. So Global Money Week is an annual global awareness raising campaign on the importance of ensuring that young people from an early age are financially aware. Let's talk to Abubakar Albasu, now Head of Advocacy, Consumer Protection at the Central Bank of Nigeria. Great to have you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
So a lot is happening, right now in the world with rising inflation. We're seeing market crashes, bank collapse in the U.S., fear of contagion, and a tough time for investors globally. What is the significance of, Global Money Week at this time? I see the theme is plan your money, plant your future.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like you said, it is targeted at children and young people. The watchword is catch them young. If we teach people how to become financially literate, how to better manage their personal resources, perhaps they will not only be able to take care of their own financial future, but also become better financial managers, and at the end of the day, better for the economy. So when they find themselves in positions of authority, when they become captains of industry, when they become managers of the financial system, they would naturally be better financial managers, and some of the decisions they would be taking will probably enhance the financial system, and at the end of the day, promote economic development and help to deal with some of these issues you just mentioned.
I know you've been dealing with this for a while now, but do you think kids and younger people are keen, on learning these financial tips, at a young age? I know most of them are usually distracted, either with social media, and other things, that kids do.
So what we try to do is to move with the times. So we engage them using what they like most. Using fun activities, using social media that keeps them busy. And so if you look at this year's Global Money Week, a lot of activities took place that are really exciting. And it's no more that system of just putting students in classrooms and teaching them, that boring stuff. But then a lot of activities take place. The CBN is on social media, and our collaborators all over are also on social media. So we take advantage of the times, using social media to reach out to the children and young persons.
And I'm sure, I know that you guys have been engaging with the kids all through this week. Any interesting stories, from your encounters, with the children?
Yes, I wish I had the videos to show you, because we did some videos and we could see the excitement. We could even see how we engaged them. We had a quiz competition in Lagos, for instance, and we could see that enthusiasm. What is really impressive, what is really gladdening is the fact that they respond very well to questions, and it is easy to teach the generation of these days financial literacy, unlike my generation.
Yeah, definitely unlike your generation. But what is the plan to, help children get financially literate, in Nigeria? Anything in the pipeline, maybe to include financial education in schools and their curriculum?
Thank you for that. We've actually reached advanced stages with financial literacy, financial education curriculum. I'm on that project, and I can tell you now that the financial education curriculum has been developed. It's been infused into career subjects. We've been working with a lot of stakeholders, with the Federal Ministry of Education and the Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council leading this project. And very soon now, once we are done, the students in schools, at least from primary 1 to SS3, will have a feel. They will be learning about financial education without even knowing, because they are not standalone. It's not a standalone curriculum. It's been infused into career subjects. Some of them compulsory career subjects, like English language, for instance. There's financial literacy going forward. So what we did not really benefit when we were students, our children and younger ones will actually get.
Yeah, I definitely wished I knew about investing and all these things when I was much younger. Exactly. I can imagine how much I would have amassed by now. But with pressure on global banking industry, from Silicon Valley Bank Signature Bank. Their fears, depositors won't have, access to their funds at some point, when these banks get quite irresponsible, with the funds. So we're trying to teach kids here how to save, for the future. We also have the issue of inflation. We've been fighting inflation since 2022. So as a kid now, you're saving all that money, but in the future, inflation steals it from you. How do you balance all of this?
So we teach them about savings, and not only savings, but investing. So it is starting from saving. You save your money up to a certain stage, and then you invest. So that when you grow, when inflation is biting, you know that your money is not just the same 100 naira or 1,000 naira that you had 20 years ago or 10 years ago. It is the same money. You know it will be valueless now. But then investment will help to move the money forward. And then we also encourage people to ensure that before you open accounts, check and ensure that that institution is licensed. So there are a lot of quack financial service providers who may not even be licensed. So it's important that people check if it's a bank or a microfinance bank, check to ensure that it is licensed by the CBN. If it's a stockbroker, someone operating the capital market, check and see that they are also licensed by the relevant authorities, Securities and Exchange Commission, and so on. That's very key.
What's the best, way for parents now if you're trying to choose some kind of, banking product for your kids? What's the best way to go about it?
So engage the institution, ask them, find out from them what products do they have for young persons, because a lot of banks and other financial institutions have products that are targeted at the young persons. And so, the target is actually about savings. So you find out, engage the institutions, try to do some window shopping, find out from 1, 2, 3 banks, and then whichever one is appealing to you, you can take it.
And what's your advice to, parents out there, trying to save for their kids or might be too distracted, to actually, save for their kids' future? What packages are there for, parents themselves at this time?
So the advice for me, it is very important that we learn to save for our children. It is important that we open accounts for our children. It's important that we even buy stocks, buy shares for them, so that when they grow, they will have some kind of money to start up with. Of course, when you open accounts for your children, because they are minors, they cannot operate the accounts. And so it is only you, the parents, that can operate the accounts. But then the essence is savings. Open the accounts for them, save for them. Like I said, approach any financial institution close to you and find out what child-friendly products they have.
And we've had a lot of Global Money Week celebrated in the past years. Any data showing how much, children and young people have been impacted so far, with this yearly celebration? So because it is a collaborative effort amongst the CBN, the other financial regulators, players in the ecosystem generally. We even have a lot of development partners, non-governmental organizations, even other public sector agencies that have been working with us on this. So the numbers are really high, but then I can give you an example. Right now we are still in the week, so the figures for this Global Money Week for this year, the figures are not out yet. But for instance now, the Bankers Committee did engage over 18,000 girls across the country, over 21,000 boys, and then total over 39,000 students across the country. They went to over 350 schools just last year, 2022. Some schools they went virtually, and some it was physical. For the CBN, this week, we actually engaged over 600 students across the country. We went to 8 locations. We tried to go to each geopolitical zone, Lagos and Abuja, and we engaged students this week. The figures are not out, like I said, but I know that at the end of the day, we would have engaged more than 1,000 students just at the CBN. Imagine now what other agencies are doing. I guess
this happens every year.
Every year. I guess we'll have to keep that wheel spinning to get the kids financially literate, before they get to our age. Thank you so much, Mr. Abubakar Albasu, Head of Advocacy, Consumer Protection, Central Bank of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.